Yep. We're going to try to get Medel Sando over here momentarily. Very, very impressive performance from him. We're on to our main event now. It's one that everyone is waiting for. We have Edwin Reyes from right here in Nashville by way of Guatemala against Jesus Soler from Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Reyes is 8-3-2 with 5 wins by knockout. Soler 9-1 with 5 knockouts, but this is his first time leaving Puerto Rico.
You guys been disappointed tonight? I don't think so. You ready for your main event? We're going to get it on in just a second.
Still waiting on Medel Sando, getting checked out by the commission, hoping to have him over here for a post-fight interview after a very impressive victory. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by the 5-0 Medel Sando. Putting on his headset. Medel, congratulations. You were in complete control of that fight outside of the opening minute. The thing that we liked is you kept your distance. You hurt him with that right hand, but you did not get reckless in there. You remained very poised and calm. Is that something that you put into your game plan and you worked on, kind of staying smart and not getting reckless after you hurt him, because you really controlled that fight and did not lose your pace or your style at all?
Nah, me being a little taller than him and have a little more reach on him. So my coach told me to keep my distance and working with the jab and stuff and try to slip his left hand and counter back with my right hand, but we got the job done.
So I got a question for you. This fight right here, I matched this fight. We wanted to step you up.
That was a good match.
But we stepped you up against the southpaw. How did you like that?
It's different. I don't really get a lot of southpaw sparring. The only person I worked with was Rydell. They fought tonight and he did great. But it was a good matchup, man. It's a good matchup.
Iron sharpens iron. You're more of the lightning, and he's more of the thunder. But
yeah.
You remained sharp. Your jab was excellent. You kept the distance, used the reach. So again, TriStar looked at this as a step-up fight for you. You passed with flying colors, dominated the fight. What do you think you're ready for? Again, you're only 5-0, but you won so impressively in this step-up fight. Where do you think you're at?
This is my first fight at 168. So I came down from 175, and I'm just looking, man, by next year, hopefully, man, stepping up big time.
What's the game plan? Are you going to stay at 68, or do you like it?
I'm gonna stay at 68, and I feel lighter.
Any way you make 60?
I don't know. I might make 60. If I eat right and do everything right.
Absolutely. You look the part. The further down you can get, the more money weight you can get. So.
Yeah, but again, congratulations. Anything you look to do different or improve on based on what we saw?
Man, I wanna be a little more relaxed, a little bit more relaxed. Like the last 2 rounds, you can kind of see I was more relaxed. I want to start off like that and, you know, just take it all the way like that.
Okay, and one more before we let you go. Now we're off to our main event. You were the co-feature. Headlining is Edwin Reyes, one of your stablemates out of Nashville.
Yeah.
108-pound fighter fighting for his first title against Jesus Soler of Puerto Rico. What can you tell us about Edwin?
Man, Edwin is one of the guys or the guy that worked the hardest in the gym, man. You see this guy in the gym, he's the first one in there and the last one to go, you know, and it's a workhorse.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, again, thank you very much. Medel Sando now 5-0 after a very impressive performance. We hope to see you again soon. Medel, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Jesus Soler comes into the ring to the classic song "I Won't Back Down." Very fit.
No, this is Edwin
this
coming in.
Okay, I thought because he was in. Okay, all right, my apologies. So Edwin now comes in with "I Won't Back Down." I thought Soler was using it as there, but I guess this fits the Nashville music scene.
It does. Little Tom Petty.
So how is he? You know, being that again, he's from Guatemala, which is not a boxing hotbed. You know. You're building him here in the transplant market as a transplant fighter. How have the locals adapted to Edwin and his fighting style?
You know, I wish we had some punch counters because we might hit the world record in an 8-round fight.
And I know that's something you spoke about. You know, these guys possibly throwing 100 punches per round each, which gives you 1,600 punches in an 8-round fight. That's a lot.
You know, they're both coming to bring their A game. This is a title fight for both of them. You know, these little guys don't get the opportunity that they justly deserve. So.
And Jesus Soler, you know, again, 9-1. You know, a lot of times, you know, guys like this will wait to fight each other. It's a tough fight for both. Was it difficult for you to get these guys to get in the ring and take this opportunity? Because it is a tough fight for both guys.
It really is. No, it wasn't tough because one thing about these little guys, all they want to do is fight, and they're not scared of anybody.
And Edwin's a fighter. You know, again, we had spoke about, you know, he had taken some fights. You know, I mean, he'd gone on the road and taken some tough fights, and you know, it sounds like he's just ready to go. So this is the one everyone's waiting for. 8 rounds, main event, UBF Championship. Nashville's very own Edwin Reyes against Puerto Rico's Jesus Soler.
Jesus Chiquito Soler.
And it looks like he has some fans with him too. You know, I see a number of Puerto Rican flags, so looks there's some people aware of who he is.
He did. He actually had some guys drive up from Atlanta, and then I don't know where the other guys drove in. He's got about 10 people here that drove in. And I'll let Edwin's.
Big crowd here for Edwin Reyes.
Absolutely. Nashville loves Edwin.
Yep.
I was going to say this is the first time that Jesus has been off the island of Puerto Rico. So this is his first time, his first plane flight, and first plane was he flew into Miami and then here, and that was it. So he's never left
it's
Puerto
literally
Rico.
not just his first fight here. This is literally his first time off Puerto Rico.
Absolutely.
First time on a plane too?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, if you've been to the airport and gone through the stress, I kind of can't blame him.
Yeah.
So
Heck, you're here now.
You know, this is a little heavier fight for Edwin. It's a flyweight bout, and he's a light flyweight. He's typically 108, but he stepped on the scales at 110, and Jesus is typically a little bigger, stepped on the scales at 108.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely a challenge. We got the UBF title. So this is the one everyone's waiting for. The crowd is up on their feet, and here we go. Main event of the evening. The winner takes home the UBF title. Edwin Reyes and Jesus Soler is now underway.
Soler has a little bit of height advantage on Edwin.
Yeah, and I could tell Soler's a puncher just from the way he stands and the way he's moving his arms. The first couple seconds, I could tell he's looking to set up a hard shot. Just he's got, you know, a little bit of a tense stance, and a lot of times the guys with those tense stances are looking to throw big shots. It's actually a somewhat of a popular style with the Puerto Rican fighters.
You know, one thing Edwin does when he fights a little bit, he leads with his head, so we got to watch that, see how it's going to affect him.
Yeah, you know, and he's the smaller man amongst small men tonight. Soler is definitely the bigger guy. First knockdown of the night was suffered by the championship belt. Ooh, good body shot there. Oh, there goes again.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Ooh, good punch. Nice left hook there from Reyes. So Matt, you have promoted a number of Edwin's fights. You know, tell us what kind of drew Nashville to him. Again, from a non-traditional boxing market. Again, being not only so small, but from a country that does not have a rich boxing history.
Well, you know, Edwin didn't start till he got here, and this is just something that he's, you know, it keeps him young, keeps him fresh. He just loves the gym, and he stays in there and he spars, and everybody spars is bigger than him.
Yeah.
So.
And Medell was talking about that. You know, Medell said that Edwin has a great work ethic. He's the first guy in the gym, last guy out of there. And you know what? I guess, you know, and I asked him. I said, you know, as an adult, is it hard for you to make 108 pounds? And he said, not really. So, you know,
one thing we got to watch out for. This is an 8-rounder, so see if either one of these guys gets cut. Both cut men are using the godsend of what cut men use. Adrenaline 1-1000 in case they do get cut. So
yeah, you know,
both cut men are world class. So
you know, and a lot of times you have more clashes. Nice punch there from Reyes. You know, a lot of times you have more cuts with smaller fighters because, again, they're throwing tons and tons and tons of punches and moving forward. So
absolutely,
Edwin is leading with his head a little bit. You know, if I was in Solar's corner, that's something I would definitely point out because Edwin has come forward with his head a couple times.
In Solar's corner, we have Coach Armando Lancoma, and Alan Sola is the cut man. He's the cut man for Miguel Cotto.
Wow, very cool. I did not know that.
And in Edwin's corner, you got Coach Timmy Miller, who's coached Sena Agbeko and Medell Sando, and he's not Medell's coach anymore, but he coached him all through the amateurs rank. And you got Randall Vincent, who's coached a number of tough journeymen, and Harvey Jolly.
Well, gentlemen, a lot of feeling out process there in that round. Who would you give it to?
You know, neither guy really imposed himself. That round could go either way. I might slightly favor Edwin because Edwin did land a couple decent punches, but again, neither guy really imposed himself in that round. It was kind of figuring each other out. But I'll tell you one thing, you know, is Edwin is leaving himself a little bit open, especially when he's coming forward and lunging. So that's something he's got to be careful of, not just for the headbutts, but for leaving himself open for a straight counter shot.
And then with this being an 8-round fight, do you guys think that they're kind of trying to wait it out, try to get later into the fight before they try anything, or do you think they're trying to go for something now, early?
I think they were filling each other out this first round. You know, it's an 8-round fight, so they're coming out swinging, but they're pacing themselves to see what's going on. I would like to give a shout out to all the fans, and I don't want to butcher this name in Puerto Rico. Acaribo, Puerto Rico, where Jesus is at. There's a bunch of fans. Thank y'all for tuning in. We do appreciate it.
Muchas gracias. Yeah, you had mentioned that to me, though, that they are streaming this fight in Puerto Rico, in his hometown.
Absolutely.
So it is, yeah,
Arecibo, there we go. I apologize.
I could have said that for you.
You want to give them some commentary they can understand, because they can't understand me.
Still a lot of feeling out by both fighters.
Yeah, Solar's definitely got the reach advantage here.
Yeah, it's good punch.
Good right hand.
Nice right hand by Edwin. That was a good scoring blow. So he needs to, he needs to gap that space a little bit, you know, because when he throws those outside hooks and he misses, he leaves himself wide open. So, yeah, Edwin, again, like I talked about in the last fight, it's the, it's the territory battle, and Edwin has to win that battle in close quarters because he's going to have a difficult time when he's too far out as a shorter fighter. But I'll tell you, he's working though. You know, he's a workhorse.
He's a little bulldog.
Well. He is.
He's a little pit bull.
Yep.
Whoa! You can see the strength there of Solar.
I'm surprised he's got to break this up.
Ideally, when these guys are up against the ropes like that and they're working in close quarters, do most boxers tend to kind of dig the body more in situations like that, or does it really matter?
I think a lot of times the body's that's one of the situations where the body's open. You know, because if you think about it, the guy's against the rope. Sometimes he's slouched over, so body's a good target in that situation. Plus, if you're in a clinch and you're holding arms, body's a closer shot. So a lot of times they do.
And then they're a little sneaky with with an uppercut in there as well.
Yeah, it's hard to land a good power shot when you're that close, but you could definitely land some punches. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone knocked out when they're clinching like that. It'd be hard. I'm hitting behind the head a little bit. I think Soler's probably a little frustrated now.
Yeah.
Anthony Bryant.
Yeah, he'll get him separated here in a second. He's trying to let him work himself out of it.
Yeah, Brian looks like he did catch him for hitting him behind the head. But I think he's just probably a little frustrated.
I do have to say, through all these matches tonight, he's done a good job of letting the guys fight.
He has. And it's been mostly clean fights. There hasn't been any point deductions in all these fights. And, you've had a lot of guys working hard. So the fighters have fought a clean fight, and the referee's done a good job. Yep. Got to break, he's got to break him, though. When he calls break, he's got to break them apart.
Reyes got a quick little left in there.
This is a great step-up fight for both of these guys. The winner of this is definitely going to move on up in the rankings.
Right hand by Edwin. Yeah, again, neither guy really imposed himself in that round, but I think Edwin landed a little bit better punches. So I think I have Edwin up 2-0, but it's not a strong 2-0. To me, he's just done a little bit more to win it.
He had a couple of good body shots for sure up against the ropes, and that straight right earlier in the round as well it was a good shot by him.
He had a great right hand to open the round.
All right, well, I'm gonna say something in Spanish here. Definitivamente un saludo a la gente de Puerto Rico, la gente de Guatemala, todos los fans que están aquí. La pelea de Edwin Reyes con Jesús Soler. Muchos saludos y gracias.
Boy,
Buen pelea.
Thank you for everybody tuning in Puerto Rico and Guatemala.
Our beautiful Dilcia Alfaro. She's works with TriStar Boxing.
If only we had a way to incorporate another Spanish broadcast in on the side, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get this broadcast promoted more in the Hispanic community for sure.
Amen.
We have all these Hispanic fighters out here.
Yep.
We get some more support for sure.
Absolutely. Got to give a shout out to Plaza Mariachi Music City for a beautiful venue for the weigh-ins. Thank you, Plaza Mariachi.
And then stay tuned. We will probably be at Plaza Mariachi for the next event, correct?
We're looking at Plaza Mariachi.
Yes.
We got to give a shout out to Limelight Entertainment Venue, Nashville, Tennessee, 201 Woodland Street, right across from the Tennessee Titans Stadium.
And they love it here too. Again, it's your first show here. Standing room only crowd. Everybody's having a good time, and they've been rewarded with good fights.
It's been a perfect venue for all the fights that we've had tonight, and a great crowd too.
Yeah, because earlier when we were here, we were looking at the place, we were thinking it was a little too tight, and the ceiling, but everything's been perfect. And again, there's not a bad seat in here. Everyone's getting their money's worth, not just with the fights, but with having a great view. There's not a bad seat in this house. So big shout out to Limelight for hosting the fights tonight and bringing in TriStar Boxing.
Soler looks like he's picking it up a little bit here in this round.
I think he's starting to figure out some of the things Edwin's doing. Edwin throws a lot of punches, and the thing is, when you're a guy who moves your hands like that, and you're constantly looking to pressure, there's going to be openings for counter punches. It's just part of the game when you're throwing that many punches. But Soler, again, when Soler gives up the real estate battle like that, the territory battle, I should say, that's all Edwin. That is Edwin's biggest advantage, keeping that space. So if I'm Soler, I'm kind of trying to look what Sando did the last fight, is where you keep the distance and you just give the 1-2, boom, boom, and it gives a lot of problems to a smaller fighter. And Sando did it perfectly. And Soler's given up his height way too much, and it's playing into Edwin's hands and allowing him to just control the pace and move his hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you were saying, in that last fight, Scott was kind of flicking that right hook, and he just couldn't land anything. So if he could take advantage of his height right now, that would play really big into this.
Yeah, exactly. But again, he hasn't fought that way, and I don't know how much he saw of Edwin and what he knew about his style, but again, he came all the way from Puerto Rico. This is an important fight for him. It's his first time off the island, and in this weight class, like Matt had mentioned, since it's not a ton of fighters in the U.S. and Puerto Rico, it could open up opportunities. So it is definitely an important fight for both guys, and they're fighting like it right now.
Soler we got him in here a day early. We got him in here on Thursday, so he got his weight cut good. He's on point. Ooh, there's some good.
Boy, they're just battling right now.
Yep. Watch the heads though. I do see their heads are coming together. So
Yeah.
Gotta be careful
there.
those heads.
Gotta be careful there. Edwin's done a good job of keeping him up along the ropes.
You know, again, I have a 3-0 Reyes. You know, again, he's been the aggressive fighter. I just think him moving his hands consistently is winning the fight. You know, and Solar is not using his biggest advantage. You know, Solar's falling right into his trap, and Solar's trying to counter him in close quarters. But again, that's a hard thing for him to do, because his advantage is his length and getting that power and being able to sit on it like Sando did the last fight. Edwin's fighting a good fight. You know, even if he has to make it a little sloppy and just hold him and throw a little shots on the inside, it's working and it's scoring points, and it has him up 3-0 on my cards.
And other than try to bridge that gap, if you're Soler, what else do you got to do to try to get back into it?
You know, again, you got to think and you got to look at where your opponent is, because again, Edwin's throwing a lot of punches, but there's a lot of openings. He's leading with his head and he's squaring himself. So there are opportunities for Edwin to be countered. Soler is just not taking advantage of it yet. So he has to look at what his opponent's doing, because Edwin has not stopped coming forward. Edwin has not tried to box from the outside. He's not taking a step back.
I might give it 2-1. Edwin. That first round was really a 50-50. So it's,
that is true.
You know,
2-1 is fair, but I think Edwin definitely won round 3, and I gave him round 2 just on activity. But yeah, round 1 was definitely could have gone either way. Neither guy did much, but Edwin has taken over in my books in the last 2 rounds with his activity level alone.
And I don't know if it was just me there, but it seems like we got right into that round pretty quick.
Yep. You know, I'm impressed with the conditioning too. You know what I mean? Again, he's throwing a lot of punches, and you know, even though it looks like there's some clinching, you know, when the ref's not breaking you up, you're using your body strength, you're wrestling, you're moving around. It's not a break. You know, they're not holding and then saying, let's take a 10-second breath. These guys are working and trying to fight into the proper position.
Yeah, they're constantly pushing each other around the ring.
That's what he needed. That was the best punch of the fight so far. I think he buzzed Reyes with that one.
Definitely felt that.
And that's, you know what, and that's what Soler needs to do. He definitely got Edwin's attention with that punch.
There's a good right hand by Edwin.
Has Edwin ever been down as a pro?
I don't know. Some body shots there. That's where it gets tight in the corner. That's where these little shots count in the long run.
Yep. I'd say he's letting them fight. You know, he really has not broken them up at all. You know, and again, these guys are trying to fight for position. So,
This round definitely is going in Solar's favor so far.
Soler, almost behind the head. Yeah, Soler landed the biggest punch of the round and definitely caught Edwin's attention. So far, that is the difference maker in this round so far.
Still
time left, and Reyes has gotten a couple of shots in there in this round, though.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll tell you this, everybody's on their feet. You know, you look around here, everybody's standing up. The adrenaline is getting you going. That this, you know, exciting fight, it's hard to sit down.
You gotta like it's almost like a movie, you know. It's just been slowly building up, and I don't think we've even reached the climax yet. It's been a great fight so far.
Absolutely, you know, and I think both these guys, you know, I think they're going to realize it's a close competitive fight, and someone's going to have to, you know, take this fight running away, and, you know, again, right now we could be looking at a 2-2 fight. That would have been a monster shot if it landed.
He really got his weight behind that thing.
That would have been a big punch, and he had Edwin flush on the ropes too. He just avoided a potential nightmare.
And Edwin comes right back in.
Banging heads a little bit.
Yep.
Definitely give that round to Soler.
So I have a 3-1 for Edwin, but again, the first round was close. That was Soler's best round, and he found some of that success. You know, with keeping distance.
He needed that too. He needed to come in at this point of the match and say, like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to battle.
Mike Melendez, our supervisor from the UBF, is very excited about this fight. He just gave me the thumbs up.
Double thumbs up here from her.
And if you're Edwin after that round, what are you telling him over in his corner right now?
If I'm Edwin's corner, I'm saying, you know what, you can't come straight in with your head like that. You know, you got to think about what you do. And part of being a volume puncher is the risks you take. You know, you're going to take risks. You're going to get hit. But he's squaring himself when he's coming in. He's coming in straight forward. And if he gets caught flush, he might get dropped. So he's got to be a little bit more strategic, and he's got to watch his body movement.
Yeah, right there at the end of the round, boy, if he would have caught that left, that could have been very, very, very bad.
Yes, sir.
Both sides are saying something about punching in the back of the head. I just think it's the nature of these two guys are so small.
Guys, little boxing update. We have a...
That was good. Wow. He is going in.
Soler not wasting any time at all.
Yep, and again, that's what he needs to do. So Soler's the bigger guy, the harder puncher, so he's got to make Edwin pay for coming in like that, and so far that's what he's done.
I hope we don't end up in a draw on this one.
Yeah, you know, it's been a great fight. And guys, just a quick little boxing update. We had a little bit of an upset in Kissimmee, Florida. We have a brand new 130-pound champion. Masasuke Ito scores an upset over Christopher Pitufo Diaz of Puerto Rico, which is a little bit of an upset. Diaz is heavily built. Put him in Kissimmee, where there's a large Puerto Rican population, and Ito ended up pulling up that upset, claiming the WBO 130-pound belt, which was previously owned. Low blow. Yep. Previously owned. Yep,
that was low right there.
Yep. He gets up to 5 minutes to recover.
Yeah. Tennessee rules, you get 5 minutes.
Yep. Definitely a low blow.
That was low.
And Soler's shaking his head no like it was a body shot. 5 minutes. Yep. 5 minute recovery period. This I've never seen before. Brings in the stool. I have never seen that before.
So they get 5 minutes.
Up to 5 minutes to recover.
Wow.
That was a
first.
That hurt me.
If you're Reyes right now, do you take those 5 minutes, all 5 of them?
Yeah, you know what? Most fighters don't, but you know what? It's an advantage. But I'll tell you this: I've never seen a stool in the ring before for this. This is a first. Not sure if there's a rule on this, but you know, he gets up to 5 minutes. So I'll tell you this though: if I'm Soler, I go right on the attack.
You got some momentum built up right now.
I
talking to him.
I think Reyes is getting ready to go.
So what? They're not supposed to sit on a stool?
I haven't seen that before. Again,
he might have been. I think he was.
I've never
I think
seen
he was
before.
adjusting his
cup.
His cup.
Okay.
I think that might have been something to do with it.
All right.
Yeah, it's a lot of pain as a boxer.
All right, looks like we're going to get some action again.
Yeah.
Time in here.
See, we've been having our female host feeling bad for them. Oh, another one looked like...
Yeah, getting a little close. There was no doubt that was a low blow, though.
Yeah. See, but this is Soler's time to take advantage.
If you're Reyes after something like that, though, that's just got to really make you mad and get you going.
You know, and again, I think he might have buckled him a little bit. Another body shot. Yeah, he's got to do a better job of breaking him up. Yeah, so the thing is, if he's breaking him up, he's got to break him up fully. But yeah, this is definitely Soler's advantage right now. So Soler's definitely having a good round, and again,
that was pretty low right there. That was a body shot?
I thought it was low.
I thought it was low from my angle.
You know what? Again, the referee's not always positioned to see it, and in ways it's a smart veteran move.
And with these smaller guys, it can be harder to tell, too.
Yeah.
We got different angles from... Our angle's a little bit different from other people, so...
It did definitely take something out of Edwin, because this round's been all Soler.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
Caught him with a right. Time-wise, I got to be thinking this round's getting pretty close to coming to an end. Little right uppercut from Soler.
You know, but Edwin's not backing up. He's bringing the fight. He doesn't...
Another big round for Soler. This fight is really turned again. You know, depending on how the first round is scored, Soler could be up 3-2 right now.
It very well could. That first round was
First round was close.
Here we go.
It's been a tough fight, and again, Edwin did not use all 5 minutes. He had his right to. Most guys don't. But that impacts a fighter.
I kind of think if it was me, I probably would have taken most of it just to kind of break off that momentum that he had.
Yeah, most fighters don't. Again, we've seen fights. If you remember, Zab Judah Miguel Cotto was a fairly competitive fight, and then Cotto started going low and took it out of Judah. But again, Judah didn't take all 5 minutes, and it's a fighter's choice. So if he chooses not to take it and he ends up getting stopped, that's kind of on the fighter.
So moving into these later rounds, what do both guys got to focus on to get the win?
Again, if you're Solaire, you do what you did the last 2 rounds minus the low blow. You keep him on the outside, and you could hurt him. The most damage in terms of punches have come from Solaire. Reyes, again, needs to get back to the effective aggressiveness. Bully him up on the ropes and be strategic about it. Throw those little inside shots. That is Edwin's best work, is taking away Solaire's height, and that's where he's at his best work.
It seems like the volume of punches that Reyes has thrown tonight hasn't been what we normally are accustomed to seeing out of him.
Well, again, it's not the normal number, but he's still moving his hands just plenty. So, but again, he also could have, he could be hurting from the low blow, and he was stunned. He also took some good, clean shots. Ooh. Yeah, so Solaire's coming out with some hard shots now.
One thing Solaire's got to be careful of is to make sure he doesn't go low again and get a point deducted. We don't want to see that.
Yeah,
that
could be huge in this close of a fight.
Yeah, there's been a number of low blows. Again, the referee's been working the whole night, so he's tired. But yeah, this guy he needs to be. And I don't want to criticize the referee. It's a very tough job. He needs to be all in on breaking them up or let them fight. It seems like sometimes he's been a little bit halfway about breaking them up, and I think it's confused the fighters. So yeah, right there, that's what he has to do. If you're going to break them up, pull the stop and push them away.
Usually, Anthony, he really likes to just push their hands down.
Yeah.
But these guys clinch so much, you really can't do that. The big boys, if they're in there, they're some.
Yeah. Solaire winging a little
just missed on another big left. Just missed. That was a good job by Reyes to duck out of that.
I'll tell you,
saw it coming.
This fight has really turned. Reyes has not really done much this round, and Solaire again is, even though this is Reyes' territory right here where he wants to be, Solaire is the one that's been moving his hands better.
Edwin's been getting some little shots in, some little bitty body shots.
Yep. No, definitely a workhorse for sure. But we'll see. If the judges like the effective clean punching or the volume. That it comes down to what the judges ultimately like.
Both guys working along the ropes again.
We're going to see the conditioning in these later rounds.
Edwin's starting to build a little rally. Edwin's starting to get it going.
Feeding off the crowd right now.
There you go.
Feeding off the crowd right now.
Little clinch there. We got a little.
Is that allowed just to grab them like that by the neck?
They're supposed to break him up like that. If you do that and he calls a break, usually they let it go. But if you hold him like that and hit him, it could be a problem. But
You can get in trouble for excessive holding, but it's been pretty equal on both sides for this fight, and it's not too excessive.
No.
Especially with the volume of punches that are getting thrown. They're not strong power punches, but they're enough to hurt you over time.
I think Solaire's starting to tire. Edwin's tired too. I've seen a change.
This round is going. I heard the 10-second. I'm definitely leaning towards Edwin on this fight. I thought he was a lot busier. Solar come out strong, but he missed.
Yep.
He had 3 swings and misses coming out of the round that didn't touch Edwin.
This late with these guys this tired, you got to think it just comes down to whoever's got the most grit and determination
and heart.
Heart. Again, it depends.
But both have heart.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. It's just because that's what gets you through these rounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, it depends what the judges like. Solaire has landed the harder punches. Edwin has been a volume of work. Edwin has not landed one big shot. Solaire has landed some big shots. So, Edwin, he has to stay consistent. So this is a very close fight, and it could really go either way.
It could easily be 3-3.
For sure.
Easily be 3-3.
Neither guy has dominated this fight.
And keep in mind, you were saying earlier, Matt, if he catches another low blow, that could be a point. Big.
Yeah.
He hit him. He get a point deducted. That's
a huge difference in a fight like this. It's so close.
Especially, yeah.
These guys have got to be gassed right now, but They worked hard for this. Here we go.
Edwin just kind of bull
Charging with
rushed
the
him
head,
now.
yeah.
Yep. See, they're just trying to fight out of it. But this is going to come down to his conditioning and who's able to impose their will in these last couple rounds.
Both guys trying to dig the body.
Yeah. See, right now, the way he's fighting, Soler is almost fighting into Reyes's, the way Reyes wants him to fight, but Reyes has not been able to take advantage.
Yeah, Reyes has got to keep him close. You got to dig in, and Soler should be out.
Because if
boxing, because when Soler gets his distance, he gets his timing right.
Yeah, if Soler is able to get his distance, he's going to throw that big left hook again and try to catch him. He's tried it a couple of times and he's 0 for 2 so far, but one of those this late in the fight could be it.
Yeah, there was a good right hand. They're up on the ropes here.
I mean, a lot of these rounds have been close, like the rounds where they're clinching and holding and wrestling, like Reyes has not been particularly effective, and you know what, Soler's not done a lot either. So again, there's been 2 or 3 rounds like this in the fight, and that'll sway a fight that's close like this. Neither guy has really taken advantage in this round. No one has won this round clean per se. So I mean,
that's a good body shot.
Good body shot. Yep, leading with the head.
Good left hand there. Let's see, I'm leaning towards Soler on this
I am
round
as well.
for sure. Big miss.
Yeah.
There's a good right hand by Edwin.
Yep, good body shot.
Edwin's just really trying his hardest to keep into that body.
And they're kind of clinching there.
You know what I mean?
Does not want to let Soler get the separation.
Again, these are tough rounds to score. I am favoring Soler, but
good left. Yeah.
But it ultimately depends what the judges like. This is for sure a close fight. I think I slightly favor Soler. I feel like he's kind of taking the fight over a little bit. But Soler, as the road fighter, definitely wants to come on. Oh! Edwin's bleeding. Edwin's cutting his mouth. Edwin's bleeding. He hurt him. Oh wow.
Man.
Ooh.
How big would this be for a guy that's literally, this is the first time he's flown on a plane, come in here to win a fight like this?
This is everything for both fighters.
Yeah.
Winner comes home with a belt, but Soler with the last 10 to 15 seconds has done some work. So again, if I'm Soler, I still need to come out and win the 8th round because I'm on the road. But you know what? If I'm Edwin, I need to have a big round too. So as crazy as it sounds, both guys need to have a defining round.
And this could be 3-4 for either fighter.
Yeah. Again, right now Soler is the one. If I'm him, I feel more confident. But again, being that I came from Puerto Rico, this is Edwin's hometown. I'm looking to have to close the show strong.
Soler has to win this round.
What was that?
What's it going to take for the hometown kid?
He's got to apply effective pressure. Again, he's been getting hit a lot. He's hurt. He's gassed now. He has to apply good pressure, and he has to smother him to the point that Soler can't punch, because Soler has hurt him a couple times.
My prediction, whoever wins this round wins the fight.
Yeah. Like I said, it's very well possible. We could see scorecards all over the place and not say it's a bad scorecard, because it has been a tough fight to judge. But I definitely think in that last round, for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it was an even round, but Soler, took that round in my eyes with the last 30 seconds to land some good punches. So.
David Hudson's sweating down there ringside. I'm getting a good look at him right now.
Good fight. This is the championship round.
Got to give a shout out to our judges, Mike Carter. That's a slip. Mike Carter from Chattanooga, directly across from us, and Josh Conway judging to our left.
And our friend David Hudson, who did a nice job with us earlier. Ooh. I'll tell you, Reyes is tired. Soler is fighting his way out of this. Reyes is very tired right now. Edwin needs to come up with something quick. Yep. Yeah, he's completely gassed. He's holding, and this needs to be where Edwin gets his work in, and Soler is beating him in his own in his own territory. So I think Edwin is honestly running out of gas. He's fighting. He's got a lot of heart, but he is very tired.
Yeah.
One thing about Edwin, if you talk to him, the one thing he wants to do is give people the show, and he definitely comes to do that every time.
Yeah, again, this has been an exciting fight. I know there's been some holding and there's been some move around, but you know what? It really hasn't been dull. Even the close rounds where neither guy lands a big shot, they're moving and trying to make something happen. So this isn't the typical fight with a lot of clinching where it's boring. Edwin, Reyes needs to have a strong rally because, again, I'm giving this round to Soler just based on him being a little bit cleaner and a little more effective. So Edwin needs a strong.
That was a good right hand by Edwin.
Yeah.
They're both letting him fly now.
Little uppercut.
Yep.
Edwin trying to land that right uppercut. Soler looking for that knockout blow if he can get it.
Ooh. Probably about 30 seconds left. So again, I have this as a Soler round. Edwin has to do something big here because if this fight continues it this way, if this fight continues this way, I think Soler is going to pull himself out of decision.
Both guys got to dig deep and try something right now. Because really, it's still close enough to where it could probably go either way. Would you say not?
Again, it is a close fight, but honestly, I favor Soler slightly. I feel like he's done a lot better work in the second half of the fight. The last time we saw a very good round from Reyes, that was clearly his. Might have been round third or fourth round. Yeah, early in the fight. I think I just heard the go off. So yeah,
I want to say Soler has definitely landed the power punches. I think Edwin has been a lot busier and probably landed more.
Yep. I give that to Soler. I've got it 5-3 Soler. Competitive fight. I think Soler did enough to pull it out, though, to be honest with you.
I'm going to call him a majority draw. I think it was 4-4.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal fight.
Very good fight.
Thank you so much.
Very good fight.
Sí, muchas gracias, saludos a la gente de Puerto Rico, aquí con Jesús Soler y aquí con su otro oponente Edwin Reyes.
We're going to get the decision.
Yep.
Mr. Mike Melendez stepping into the ring here.
You have a brand new UBF champion.
You've got Soler is managed by Pivot Boxing in Orlando Rosa. They're in the suit on ringside. He's got several fighters up there in the Northeast in Pennsylvania.
So we will see. Will Soler go home to Puerto Rico, first time flying? Will he have his first flight back with a championship belt? Or will Edwin Reyes win the belt and keep it here in Nashville?
This was a great fight for sure.
Very exciting. And you know what? A great night of boxing. Again,
Just,
Matt,
all
you know what? There was not a bad fight tonight.
Not at all.
And nobody showed up for a check. Everybody came to fight. Nobody just packed it in. But I'll tell you this. From a visual standpoint, you see a lot more of a confident look in Soler's corner than Reyes. Reyes is doesn't have the look right now of a guy who's sure he won the fight. And Soler, even on the road, again, it's a tough challenge. I think Soler's camp is feeling a little bit better about this fight, but we will see what the three judges have to say about this fight.
It's going to come down to the scorecards. Well, they say don't leave it in the judge's decision, but these guys, this is the way it goes. Neither one of them knocked you. No, there was not one knockdown. There was one slip. It was a pretty clean fight for the most part. One low blow, a couple of shots to behind the head on both fighters. Not just one, but both fighters. A lot of clinching there in the later rounds, but,
and most importantly,
the sportsmanship there. These guys all they want to do is give a great show.
And you know what they did? Neither, like I said, whoever does not get the decision, it was not the loser. It was a great fight, and both guys gave a very honest effort. I think Reyes just ran out of gas late, and you know what? Soler was effective. But again, Reyes was strong early, and he was busy early. And you know what? If you score it as 8 individual rounds, Reyes still could have won 4 rounds.
I think
we'll see. See what the judges have to say. Here's the official decision.
Both fighters giving it up to the Almighty Lord.
All three judges score the fight the same. 76-76.
Draw.
Draw.
Wow.
Called it 2 for 2 tonight. I gave Edwin was a lot
Let's see if
busier
we
in
can
the
get both
beginning.
guys. Let's see if we can get both guys.
We need to. Lando's saying rematch. Rematch. We'll fly Jesus back to. Do we need to go 10? 10 rounds? 10 rounds. Let's do it. There's Orlando Rosa on ringside. We want him up here on the commentary. Yeah.
Bring him here. We're going to try to get both guys to interview.
Yeah,
We're going to have you.
We're going to get Orlando Rosa.
Yeah. See,
come up here, manager.
Yep. And the belt remains vacant, though.
But hey, the belt remains vacant. But you know, it's a great fight. Great fight. I've got to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to pass it off to. We're going to give you Judge David Hudson back.
Well, this might be a first in boxing. We have a judge.
Wow, I wasn't really expecting a draw. Seriously, I thought Soler got it.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I thought Soler edged out too. So you know what? For perhaps the first time in boxing history, we have a judge literally coming off of his scorecard, which was the same as the other two judges, 76-76. So, how do we feel about this fight?
I think this was an awesome fight.
It seems like they want to do it again. Again, the belt remains vacant. We're trying right now to get both fighters in the ring momentarily. Good fight.
All right, gentlemen, I'm back.
And the belt remains vacant, so I guess that means I get to take it home.
No, actually, it belongs to the promoter since he already paid for the belt.
Oh, there you go.
He can wear it.
It remains vacant.
It remains vacant. Actually, that belt, if these guys decide to do that again, they get to fight another rematch, and whoever wins it wins that title.
Yeah, you know, and I know they're already talking about a rematch. I saw Orlando Rosa, the manager of Soler, saying he wants a 10-round rematch and he'd come back here to do it. You know what? Again, very close fight. Let's see him do it again.
Well, if they do a 10-round rematch, it'll be the next belt up, which would be international. Perfect. So that one would go home with that could stay with him to use it for another fight.
Perfect.
And we'll do a 10-round international title.
We might just have to swap out the word flyweight because there's not a ton of 112-pound fighters, so we might have to bump that off and then.
Well, as long as it's under 112 and not over it.
I don't know how many fighters under 112 there are. We might have to put it in class. You know, we have here Jesus Soler. We're gonna get translation here. Okay.
I can translate, guys.
Okay, Mike Melendez, go ahead. So I'll ask some questions, and Mike's gonna. Yeah. So. Decent in Spanish, not good enough to do a full interview, so I will ask the questions in English. Mike will translate.
Va a hacer una pregunta en inglés y yo lo voy a hacer en español.
So first, congratulations on a great fight. Did you feel you did enough to get the decision?
¿Usted cree que usted hizo suficiente para ganar la pelea?
Claro que sí, lo usaba nomás que la cabeza y la cabeza.
He said absolutely yes. He said the man just kept coming in with a head, you know, and he kept using the head and the head.
Yeah, he did come forward with his head a lot. You hurt him, and you did, when you kept the distance, you were able to land good shots, and you definitely landed the cleaner punches. Do you think you maybe should have spent some more time on the outside, being that you had to travel here, and Edwin's best advantage was fighting in close?
Él dice que sí, el hombre estaba dando mucho con la cabeza y que cuando usted estaba afuera, usted estaba lastimándolo. ¿Usted cree que como usted vino de Puerto Rico, estaba de afuera y usted no estaba de aquí, si usted supuestamente tuviera que pelear más afuera y no dejarlo a él entrar?
Es la cosa, pero es que él me estaba empujando, se agarraba de las cuerdas todo el tiempo, entonces el árbitro no hacía nada.
He said the man kept pushing him back to the ropes, and then he would hold on to the ropes and not allow him to push off, so he could not turn him. Therefore, he had no choice but to fight on the inside.
Okay, this is your first fight in a few years. You know, you've got a decent record. You proved yourself tonight. Are you fully back in boxing where we can expect to see you fighting again? And also, do you want a rematch?
Él dice que esta es la primera pelea en mucho tiempo. Él quiere saber que si usted está en boxeo definitivamente ahora y si podemos esperar una revancha.
Eso es lo que yo quiero, una revancha, pero que el árbitro esté pendiente de que no esté usando mucho la cabeza, porque si no, yo voy a tener que hacer lo mismo.
Yeah, he said he definitely wants a rematch. He says he just wants a referee that can pay attention when the man comes in and holds and uses the head a lot. He'd be able to warn the man not to do that.
Okay. And in closing, you know, he's from Puerto Rico. It's his first time leaving the island. what was this experience like for you leaving Puerto Rico for the first time and coming to the mainland?
Él dice que como esta es la primera vez que usted salió de Puerto Rico, ¿cómo fue la experiencia para ti? Por primera vez salir de la isla, ¿cómo fue la experiencia para ti en este boxeo?
Pues fue una experiencia muy buena. Pues, lo único malo fue que la pelea que el árbitro no estuvo pendiente en nada, tuvo el tiempo a favor de mi contrincante.
He said it was a very good experience. He said the only problem that he had with the whole experience is that the referee wasn't in favor of his opponents and did not, warn him enough about coming in with a head.
Okay, and one other question, unrelated in closing. Christopher Pitufo Diaz lost tonight. He fought for the title. He lost. Pitufo lost the decision tonight. He was the favorite in that fight. With that said, there's still an opening in Puerto Rico. I think there's only 1 or 2 champions there. The 130-pound champion and also Manny Rodriguez at 118. Does he see himself as a guy that could now win a title and maybe try to, lift Puerto Rico back up? Does he see himself that
Él
way?
dice que ya que Christopher Pitufo perdió la pelea. Perdió la pelea.
Wow.
Él dice que hay solamente unos cuantos boxeadores que son campeones ahora mismo en la isla. ¿Usted cree que usted puede ser el boxeador que va a poder subir la isla para adelante?
Pues claro que sí. Yo estoy dispuesto a la revancha, estoy dispuesto cuando quieran. Le quiero ganar, pero que el árbitro esté pendiente a los cabezazos.
He said absolutely. He believes that he can be the man to lift Puerto Rico back up. He said he just wants a referee to be able to be alert to the man's, using the head and pushing in.
Ask him, say thank you, and anything in closing that he wants to add.
Él dice que muchísimas gracias por la entrevista y si hay algo que usted quiere decir.
Sí, quiero agradecerle a mi entrenador físico, Aaron Garnett, al otro gimnasio, a Alex García, también a
He wants
Diamond
to thank
Barbershop,
his trainer and the other gym, Alex Garcia's trainer.
a todos los caballeros de los gimnasios.
All the gyms that helped him in Puerto Rico.
Gracias a todos, lo agradezco.
Thank you. He immensely appreciates it.
Yep. Jesus Soler, we hope to see you back. Thank you.
Te queremos ver para atrás. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay, now we're going to get Edwin Reyes on. Guys, great fight again. Edwin Reyes will be joining us now.
Reyes.
Edwin. All right. So Edwin, Edwin, congratulations. So, yeah,
I got that.
Yeah. So Edwin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very, very tough fight. I'll be honest. I thought he won 5-3. He finished strong, but it was a really close fight. Was he maybe a little tougher than you expected?
No, you know what? I was expecting him to be tough because he fights at 112, and I walk around 112.
Okay.
So I was expecting him to be strong and powerful puncher. His record says it. He's 9-1. Yeah. So I honestly think he should have been deducted a point because of too much holding. And that's my. That is always my game plan. Just rough them up. That's why my nickname is Relentless, because I'm relentless, non-stop. So he was stopping me a lot of times, which didn't allow me to do my work. So he was grabbing too much, holding too much, pushing me down too much, and I got a headbutt over my head. But I ain't complaining. He did his fight. And I congratulate. He's a very tough and strong opponent.
Yeah, and he was complaining a little bit about the heads, and there were some times where you were leading with your head a little bit. Were you trying to throw him off, or was it just maybe clashing with styles? Because there was a number of headbutts.
Yeah, it was just the different styles. Styles make the fights.
Yeah.
So I was coming in. I was coming in. How I was supposed to, how I'm trained to. And I'm not non-stopping. I'm always throwing punches, and he's holding. He was holding and roughing me a little bit. Which didn't allow me to do my work. But over that, I'm okay with the decision. Although I'm saying he was just that holding and pushing me down too much. And he should have been at least a point deducted.
Did he ever hurt you?
Honestly, to be honest with you, he kind of hurt me with the right hand.
Yeah.
In the fourth round, I felt it. And it's the first time that I've ever been hurt.
Okay.
And he's a really tough opponent, but you can't win the fight just holding and just landing a single punch here and there.
Couple more questions for you now. For the average American, if you have a big meal, you gain 4 pounds. You fight at 108 pounds, and 112 pounds is 4 pounds up, but that's a big difference. Try to explain what it's like, I guess, to the people who don't understand how big of a difference those 4 pounds are for you, for someone who usually fights at 108 and had to come up to 112.
Well, it's a little bit stronger for me because they usually walk around 120, 125, while walking around 112, 115, the maximum. So, but as of right now, he's probably weighing 120 something, And I weigh myself, before leaving home, and I was weighing 114.
Okay. It seems he wants to do a rematch. He thinks he won the fight, and he said that he thought the referee was biased towards you. Are you open to a 10-round rematch with him?
Oh, yeah, definitely, and that's what we wanted to do, like 10 rounds, because I can go all day,
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything you'd like to add in closing? You put on a great show. It's a great fight for Nashville. Belt remains vacant. Anything you want to add in closing?
No, I just want to say thanks to everybody that came out to support. The public, it was tremendous. And I was really glad with the public, showing up to this event. There was a lot of Guatemalan people that came in, to congratulate me and all that stuff, because they never had seen a Guatemalan guy, do professional boxing. So I wanted to be the first one to win a professional belt at a professional level. But hey, I mean, it's a draw. I didn't win. Or I didn't lose. You never. I don't know such a thing as losing. You always. If you win, you enjoy the moment. If you lose, you gain some experience.
And that's a great attitude. And again, thank you very much. You have given this city a lot of great fights, and you know what? Win, lose, or draw, Edwin Reyes is always an exciting fighter. By way of Guatemala, now Nashville's very own Edwin Reyes. Congratulations on a great fight.
Thank you very much, guys.
Edwin, as supervisor and commissioner for the United States UBF, all right? I guarantee if you guys want to do a 10-round fight, I will give you an international title.
All right, definitely, it will be perfect. 10 rounds fight. Yeah, 10 rounds. It'll be exciting. We gave up a pretty good fight. And it was very entertainment. And a lot of punches thrown.
Everybody loved the fight. I mean, I love the fight. Everybody loved the fight. You guys both want the rematch. I say we do it. All right?
Oh yeah, definitely we'll do it anytime.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you very much.
And, there's never no losers in boxing.
All right, definitely. Yeah. All right, thank you very much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Well, everybody, we thank you guys for watching here tonight. Just a great night of boxing. Matt and David and Michael, of course, we thank y'all so much for coming onto the broadcast. Without y'all, we couldn't do this. Like I said, we're not big boxing people, and to have guys on like y'all, that's great.
I love this, and I hope to come back. I had a great time, and you know what? It's great to work with guys who know the sport and understand the sport. So I hope to do this again, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you TriStar Boxing, and most importantly, thank you Nashville. Have a great night.
Matt, love you guys. You guys did a great job. Good night.